Mike here, and today we're doing a updated version of the guitar rundown. So here's my guitar arsenal for 2024. Let's start. This is the Fener signature Stratocaster, which is one of my heavy rotation guitars. I use this one a lot in the studio and also live. It's almost completely stock except that I swapped out the tremolo system for a Ibanez Edge unit. And I also changed the slogan to original one to make it more mine. So I now refer to this guitar as the Jabasta guitar. It's a great one. Next up we have this 50-50 guitar, hence the 50-50 pattern of red and black. This guitar was custom built for me by the Swedish luthier Peter Naglic. It has a Ibanez Tellman shape, and it has a Lundgren Black Heaven Alnico pickup in the bridge and Lundgren Strat 90 single coil pickup in the neck. It also has a Ibanez Low Pro Edge tremolo system, 2 volumes and a master tone, 3-way toggle switch, locking nut, locking tuners, and it also has a built-in circuit so it can make some bird chirping sounds. Great guitar, pretty new. I got it maybe last year or so, so it hasn't been used a lot, neither live or in the studio, but will be heavily featured on some upcoming releases. Next up is the trusty old Black Lives Matter guitar. This guitar has been with me for maybe 10 years or so, and for a long time it was my main guitar, but it has now been relegated to backup duties. It's basically a super Strat. It has a Strat body. I put this guitar together from like spare parts, so the body was made by K&E Guitars. It's an Ibanez neck. It has an Ibanez Edge tremolo, EMG pickups, 2 volumes and a master tone, 3-way toggle switch, locking nut, locking tuners. This guitar sounds great, and while it's still, I don't use this guitar a lot nowadays, but every now and then it makes a guest appearance for some solos and stuff. And so next up is my main one, Dino. And I've talked about this guitar a lot lately. I received it 2 years ago, almost. And this guitar was custom made for me by Peter Naglic again. It has an original Ibanez neck, Ibanez Edge tremolo, EMG pickups in 85 in the bridge and the H in the neck, master tone, 2 volume independent volumes, 3-way toggle switch, locking nut, which is a new nut, go-to tuners, and a fat head sustain plate. Custom graphics by EA Lacquer. And I recently had this guitar serviced, so last week, by Björk Guitars at Guitar Makers Stockholm, shoutouts. And now it plays even greater. It got a new locking nut, we changed out the neck screws, and it got some fret job done to it. So this is my main guitar, and this guitar is the one that goes with me all the time. If I need to do a gig, this is the guitar that I will choose, and this is the guitar that I do everything on in a 440. Next up is this little fellow. And I think many of you will recognize this guitar because this is the exact same model that Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine used. And he used it for many of the songs on Evil Empire, and also more recently in the last 25 years. So he has used an exact model like this for all the drop B tunes. It's a very light guitar. It's a short scale one, and it looks hideous but still super cool. It's a pretty crappy guitar, and I don't use it nowadays, but I will have a clone built of it because it is the sickest looking guitar that I have in my collection. The only thing I changed with this guitar is I swapped out the bridge pickup for a Fender noiseless one. It sounds super cool. And this is my most recent guitar purchase. It's a Epiphone double neck guitar, and I have it tuned for a drop D on both necks. It's a great looking guitar, not a very practical guitar, but it doesn't get more rock and roll than this. So it's been featured heavily in the latest Unite rehearsal, so you might get to hear some new music from it. And last, this Gibson Les Paul Standard. It's a more modern version, maybe 2005, 2006 model. It's a great guitar. It sounds great, plays great, it looks great. And this guitar doesn't get featured a lot, but it's probably my #1 overdub guitar. So it's been featured heavily on many Unite songs. So this is the guitar arsenal. This is what I use, except for the Telecaster, which didn't make it today. So there you have it.